Hello and welcome to Beyond the Slipstream. I am Matt Harper. I'm here with my brother Justin. We are riding the wave of the Maryland Cycling Classic that we covered extensively on our main show, the Team Bus. We're here to talk some more cycling stuff. Justin is going to take the reins and get us started with the CMAC Ladies Tour. What you got?
So this is a sprint heavy six stage race, and you got Danny Christmas, Rebecca Charlton on the call, and it is it is going to be the Lorena Wiebes show. All right, and even I can completely get on this. So first stage. All right, you got 9K to go. The break has 33 seconds. There's a crash with a few riders. Pfeiffer Georgie and Margot Villay had like 14 seconds with like 8K to go. They're still at 3K to go. They got 16 seconds. And at 1K to go, it looks like they could make it, but the peloton's charging. And then all of a sudden, Balsamo and Wiebes catch them, and Wiebes just dominates her for win number 111.
Good Lord. Good Lord.
Yes. Okay. So moving on to stage two, 9K to go. The break has 32 seconds. All right. The break has Wiebes and Balsamo and a bunch of other people in it. And it's obvious it's just going to come down to another bunch sprint. Wiebes completely dominates again. All right.
Is she winning by like multiple bike lengths?
Yeah. They're all more or less no contest wins, with the exception, I think, of the last one. The last one, I think, was the closest one. So that's 112. Stage three, you've got Wiebes, you got Kat Ferguson in the white jersey, 5K to go, 17 rider break with Kat. Has like 7+ minutes. All right, Wiebes is in that same group, looking for the hat trick. 3 for 3. All right, 113. Stage four, there's a big wreck before the broadcast, and then another crash, and Amory Hurst crushes the deck. I mean, it is horrific. Like, she hits her head so hard, like in like the upper shoulder region. It is just ridiculous. Then there's because of the first two, the race was neutralized because there wasn't enough ambulances. Fast forward, it all comes down to another bunch sprint. 4 in a row for Wiebes.
Holy crap.
All right. But it was much closer on stage four.
Is Balsamo getting seconds in all of these?
You know what? I didn't write down, but she definitely got second in the first stage, and I believe that she's on the podium in at least one of the other two. 5 is a time trial, and more or less, if Wiebes can come out just hanging tough with the GC competitors, she doesn't need to win the stage. She doesn't win the stage.
Was it a long TT?
10-2, I think.
Right. That's not very long.
No. Jane Zoe Bachstadt is who ends up winning.
Yeah, that's Magnus Backstedt's daughter.
Yeah, and then in Wiebes has a great time trial. It's still like 22 seconds down or something like that on the day, but does enough to maintain her leader's jersey and not give it up going into stage 6.
Has she been getting time bonuses this whole time, like on all the first 4
Yeah,
stages?
she's getting little time.
She's up.
Yeah,
So
she's
she's up on nearly everyone by like a minute.
Yeah, she's definitely got time for sure. So one rider with 2 minutes at the start of the broadcast when I pick it up, it's all back together by 20K. Paternostra makes a jump off the front, again back together at 12K. Flora Mackay, all right, jumps off
Flordy.
the front. Flaherty, yeah. Flaherty Mackay jumps off with 9.8 to go, caught by 7.3. It's just like this, keeps, attack, catch, attack, catch. 500 meters, Weebus is third wheel, and she makes it 5 for win number 115. All right.
Good Lord.
And the GC.
And the GC.
Yes. Domination. Like, holy shit. Notably, and definitely go back and linger on stage 6 if you go back and watch it. This is Elena Van Dyke's last race.
Oh, that's right. I knew she was retiring this year.
And
We talked
she
about that a
has
few
this
weeks ago.
beautiful moment with her kid after the race. It's so sweet.
Is it a home race for her? Where is this race held at? Do you
The
know? Do you remember?
Netherlands.
So yeah, so it's her home race. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Wow. Yeah, I will. Hopefully, what I would love is to be able to watch like a 10-minute recap of that entire stage race on YouTube.
I'm sure that there's probably something out there like that.
That would be good.
So outside of that, I have a couple of definitely, in my opinion, big topics to talk about. One of them being, I want to go back to what I had started to mention during the main podcast, is Olav Koy has found a home. It is near but official at this point that he will be joining Decathlon next year. Yeah. So, well, no, because the it'll just be whatever Decathlon and Le
There's no more
Mondial at
Auto
this point.
Desert.
No, AG2R is
Interesting.
out. So listen to this, right? So this is something that I didn't realize as I'm reading this article coupled with like two other ones. So right now, Decathlon's got Matthew Riccatello, who is rumored to be joining. Paul Seixas,
Currently challenging for the white jersey in the
yes,
Vuelta a España.
yes. So he is rumored to be joining Paul Seixas, Felix Gall.
Paul Seixas, the great French hope, the current great French
Yes,
hope, but the one that they think might be the one that sticks.
yes. I mean, this kid looks like he's the real deal, and he's a baby. He's like 18 years old. Felix Gall, all right. Nicola
Always tough. And Felix Gall currently sitting in fifth
Yep,
in the Vuelta,
yep.
looking very strong, strongest he's ever looked, I would say, in one of these races, just about.
Nicola Prudhomme,
Multiple wins this year. Nico Perdon,
all right. Tige Benoot,
stud workhorse,
all right. And that's not to mention that they're
and road
soon,
captain Tish Minute.
soon to be announced Olav Koy, all right,
Right.
with C. Spoll.
Case Ball, I mean, again, road captain, experienced guy.
All right,
He ended up not leading out Cavendish, right?
correct. But
That whole thing.
he's gonna have both C. Spoll and Dan Houle
Damn.
to lead him out.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this is one to watch. This team.
This team has got some hitters. All right, I'm telling you right now, you're going to see like you've seen a lot of wins from this team already this year. You're going to see even more. Oh, and let's not forget one Luke Rowe, DS for Decathlon now.
Yeah, but he's on the B team.
I'm sure he's on the B team. So
That's all right. He's learning. He's learning, and he's liking.
but this team, holy cow, does it have some riders on it all of a sudden?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
and if you're like you're talking about, if this, I mean, this looks to be the team that is going to,
Be challenging like in the Red Bull arena.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like,
It's like the fifth team.
yeah, and I mean,
The fourth team.
you have Paul Seixas get some seasoning on him. This is a team that's contending a year or two from now. I mean, right now they've got two riders in the top 5 in the Vuelta, or not in the top 5, in the top 10 of the Vuelta. All right, one in the top 5, and I think that especially with Riccatello and with Seixas, you have nothing but upside.
They also have a Pari Pantra
Yeah. Oh yeah.
on that squad.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Yeah, that's interesting. And on the other end of the spectrum, there's your transition to your next bullet
All
point.
right.
Don't miss the Team Bus, our weekly podcast about pro cycling, and oh, did I mention pro cycling? We're kind of obsessed. Dropping into your usual podcast feeds every Wednesday.
Derek G looks to be breaking his contract with IPT and heading to Ineos.
That is a house on fire. Dudes are going to be jumping ship out any which way they can from this team.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Guys do not want to be there. There's no point being there. And this billionaire is going to have to like start really increasing the offers to get guys to stay around.
Yeah. It's going to
And
be tough.
he's going to run into the limits of his finances.
Yeah. It's going to be tough.
Well, the U.S. government will probably just subsidize him then.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
He'll just reach out to Trump.
But I mean, it does look. I mean, the team is looking to be decimated by next year at this point. I mean, you know, I think we can all assume that it's highly unlikely that Froome comes back, right? Like, I mean,
Well, he was such a points getter for the team. I mean, he really was just like gobbling up all those wins, Chris Froome.
yeah. But I mean, I don't. I mean, like considering the climate, like, doesn't this give him a soft exit right out, like where he doesn't have to?
One would hope. I mean, juxtapose that with what we talked about on the team bus this week, which is the graceful, just perfect exit of Geraint Thomas from the sport. And hey, Froome won the Tour de France 4 times.
Yeah.
Geraint only won it once, but
And
Geraint,
last of all those Team Sky guys.
yeah, and no, Egan Bernal was last.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
But G just goes out on top, just like a beloved figure. Meanwhile, like Chris Froome has just been like grinding away on Israel. Like,
Mm-hmm.
dude, what are you doing, man? You won the Tour de France 4 times. Hang it up. I know you like it. Find something else. Find someone.
Go
Find another
race
channel.
gravel, dude. Do
Like,
something.
yeah, anything. Like, dude, fucking scuba dive. Like, what the hell you want, dude? You do whatever you want for the rest of your life, but this is pointless. Like, what are you getting out of this? And now
Yeah.
you're almost killing yourself again. You're stupid, man. So, yeah,
So, on to my next transfer news, which I think this is a cool one. One Timo Kilic leaving Alpecin for Visma, trading Vanderpool for Van Aert.
I see. In terms of like who's the big dog that he's working for,
Yep, pretty much.
can we just reflect on like how thankful I am for the season that Wout Van Aert had?
And it's only a couple wins, but
I know, but they're such
they're so
poetic
transcendent.
wins.
Yeah.
And
And
let's
not
not
to
forget, like
not to
he had some
forget.
low lows.
Hey,
He
he
got
also
he,
he
he got
also
beat
gave
by
us.
Nilson Palace.
I guess I was gonna say, but that's not even really a low because we got to see Nielsen Palace beat Wout Van Aert.
Oh
So
yeah, it wasn't a low
for
for us.
us, that's pretty cool.
For him, that'd be tough
Yeah, no kidding.
on his home turf.
So nobody knows who's gonna win the Biniam Girmay lottery, but I really don't think that he's gonna stay with whatever becomes of, and this leads into my next bullet point. Lotto and Intermarché will be merging.
Merged. No shit.
Yep. So that is a team that is going to merge and have to make some decisions as far as riders and contracts. I don't think that he ends up staying with them because the rumors are that essentially his management has kind of put it up to two teams, and that being Israel and UAE, and it's like,
Never has there been a more clear choice in the history of professional cycling.
right? Like if you're him and you have offers from both these teams, and I mean, like, how do you how do you go with Israel right now, considering
You
everybody's
don't. You
jumping?
don't. You don't even think about it.
Yeah. So
You go to UAE for half the money
yeah, I agree.
that Israel's offering.
I agree. I agree. The
Why? Because you're going to get so many bonuses all year long because your team is just going to be winning and winning and winning and winning. And every time the team wins, you get a little bonus on your check.
yeah,
And every week, there's just going to be little bonuses dribbling in. Like you will be fine.
but man, it's weird. So it's neat. It's neat to see next year taking shape. I mean, obviously we're winding down. We are in the the back half for sure of the season. We're probably on the the 16th fairway, so to speak, and we have some great things to look forward to. Considering we got world championships, we got the Canadian races. We got the European Championships. You got some big things to still race for.
Yeah, it's nice, and it's nice that we like world championships. We got men and women, and we've got road and TT.
Yes.
European championships, men and women, road and TT. Canadians, just the men's, just road,
Yeah.
2 races. But we also got Lombardia, men and women's.
Yes. And
Um,
that crazy race in October with Pogacar, Del Toro,
yeah, the
Jonas,
skins game, the
and
skins
yeah,
game
the
of
skins game
cycling.
race. Yes.
Um, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
it's we're starting to get a clearer picture of what next year is going to look like, and it's very interesting. You know what I mean? We got a lot of big names moving around. It is going to 2026 is going to look very very different for the pro peloton, and you're going to have Juan Ayuso on a new team. You're going to have Remco Evenepoel on a new team. You've got everybody that we just mentioned, also on new teams like Sudal with different focuses, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens post Volta, and we start seeing some of these other names that are kind of being jostled about and where they actually end up landing.
I'm thinking that 2026 could be the year that we start to see these 2 giant Tour de France edifices of Visma Lease Bike and UAE, and they are the embodiment of Tadej Pogacar and Jonas Vingegaard. Um, that we see those edifices start to crumble a little bit. We start to see cracks in the fissures. I mean, those guys have been at it like a lot longer than some of these up and comer guys. And at some point, both of those gentlemen will crack. They will peak, and then they will be into their decline at some point. And it could happen sooner rather than later when you consider the exponential rise in the ability of the peloton over the past several years.
And
You know,
you have some great young riders that are coming up.
yeah,
You've got my boy on Red Bull, Florian Lipowitz. You've got Paul Seychelles. You've got Juan Ayuso. I mean, you got
you've
some
got Isaac
contenders.
Del Toro. You've
And
got all
Isaac
these
Del
guys that
Toro.
are just like some of them have been waiting in the wings, and some of them are like number one with a bullet right now.
Yeah.
You know,
And the upswing on all of these guys is so much higher.
yeah. So who who knows what could happen? But next year might be the year that we start to see we start to be able to see what the end of the Pogacar or the end of the Vingegaard eras look like.
Well, and maybe it makes, and maybe what Tade said, a couple of weeks ago would make sense that, if he does go out there and dominates for another 3 years, say he gets the real 7. All right. He
Mm-hmm.
gets the real 7. It's virtually untouchable at this point. He cleans up all the other things he wants, and then he slows it down and doesn't really give a shit about the Tour de France and lets it go, and just focuses on completing the sets. All right, like you could totally see it happening because why if he's reached the mountaintop, if he gets 6 or 7 for real, okay, what I mean, like, do you just keep doing it until you fail? Like, I mean, at some point, there's something about going out on your own terms, and you know, he could easily leave on his own terms at the height and leave everybody going, well, yeah, he probably could have won another one. He probably could have won two more, whatever it is, because he went
Mhm.
out and did all of this. But then when you look at the whole, when we look back on it 10 or 15 years from now and we go, damn, like, he got pretty much every major race, on his palmares.
I really hope he hangs around till the Olympics and, like, the current state of politics in America doesn't blow it for us, and for some
Yes.
reason it doesn't happen. But I'd love to see him go after that. Well, let's consider the same idea on the Vingegaard side of things. I see Vingegaard as feeling like, well, I've won the Tour de France 2 times, and if that's what my legacy ends up being, so be it. That's a hell of a lot better than 1,000 other guys out there. You know what I mean? I've inked my name in the history books, um, and then the biggest other prize for me, as if I was Jonas Vingegaard, would be getting the trio, getting all three Grand Tours,
Mm-hmm.
and he's well on his way to getting the second one right now as we speak, and could
Very
very
well
possibly
get it
get
next
it,
year.
the third one next year. That is a attainable goal. That is almost, you could almost consider it short term.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Um, and once he had that, this is a guy that, like, he's not gonna be hurting for the rest of his life. Like, I could see this dude wanting to just retreat into his family life, being content with what he's got, and, like, taking a very classy, humbled retirement. You know what I mean?
Yeah, where he never has to buy a meal ever.
Right. But where he usually cooks a meal for
Yeah.
him and his family in their little, like, beautiful little cottage in Denmark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just could see that dude just being so motherfucking happy with that, like, once he is
Yeah, and he could just be a brand, a sports ambassador
oh
for the
yeah,
Danish.
he could just get appearance fees
Yeah.
just for appearances alone. He could do 3, 4, 5 speaking dates a year and fucking afford anything he wants.
Yeah.
Couple endorsements, he's good.
Yeah.
And like you said, he'd never pay for a beer again for the rest of his life, as long as he's in Denmark.
Um,
So
so as far as racing topics, that's really all I've got. Um, one thing before we get into this last thing, I want to throw out there. I did not start watching it yesterday, but I want to put something on your radar. There's a new show coming out on HBO called Task. Have you heard about this?
no.
Okay. Task is it is the new show from the people that did Mayor of Easttown with Kate
Yeah.
Winslet.
Yeah, I watched Mayor of Easttown.
Yeah, amazing show. One of the best that year, in my opinion. Mark Ruffalo is in this new one.
What's it called?
Task.
Task.
I'm pretty sure that it is short for Task Force, because he is like an FBI agent working on a task force juxtapositioned with a like a local criminal, like low level criminal, being the other kind of side of the coin. This looks really, really good. It's like getting crazy reviews. If you get a chance and you can throw it in the mix, it's a Sunday. It's like a typical Sunday night, fare. Your wife would probably get into it with you.
What's it
HBO.
HBO? All right. Good to know.
So throw that one on your radar. If it's as good as I think it is, I think that might be worth a longer talk on the Beyond the Slipstream at some point.
For sure.
Because like I said, I really, really, my wife and I really enjoyed Mayor of Easttown. It was so good.
Yeah, I remember liking that one.
All right, and so the last thing, this was a super late edition for me that I just caught while I was waiting for you to finish getting ready. I guess the VMAs were a couple days ago. I think you said it wasn't last night, but it might have been a few days ago.
Well, I listened to a podcast that was reviewing it like 3 or 4 days ago.
So maybe it was earlier in the week, but I had just somehow missed it.
Yeah, I think it was like last Sunday night or something like that.
So, a Ozzy Osbourne tribute was done by British, very young British rock sensation Youngblood, who is really, really like
Silly
ratchet.
looking.
Huh?
Silly looking.
What do you mean? I think he's like pure rock and roll, dude. I love this guy.
I think he's silly looking. Go on.
I I think if you are a 15 to 35-year-old woman, like, and you're into rock music, that you love this
Absolutely.
guy.
He's got sex appeal. He's got the big shiny teeth. Like he's just silly looking to me. So guess what? So is old ass Joe Perry and Steven Tyler. They're all silly looking.
I
The
will
only
say
cool
this.
the only cool
So,
looking one is Nuno Betancourt with his like badass like wooden Stratocaster with like the stripe through the middle.
yeah, in the
Nuno.
in that iconic Nuno Betancourt long, just perfectly straight hair.
Yeah. And
Um,
then he rocks the 12 string at the end for
yeah,
Mama I'm Coming Home.
yes. So they, so Youngblood, Steven Tyler, members of Aerosmith, and Nuno do a tribute to Ozzy, starting with Crazy Train, Youngblood doing Crazy Train, and then they went into Changes, which was the song he did at the Ozzy tribute concert, which is like really blown up, and it's he does a very, very good job with it.
Right.
Um, and
And it's
then
like it's like medley style too. They're not doing the entire
no,
song.
they're just doing
They're just doing a
like a
medley.
verse and
Boom,
a
boom, boom,
chorus
boom.
of each.
Yeah.
Well, they did so it was honestly, I liked how they did it, because they used the very iconic, like, beginning to Crazy Train, the
Yeah. Hmm.
so they did that part, and then they did just the beginning again of that very powerful first verse of Changes into the chorus, and then they like brought Steven Tyler and Joe Perry like kind of out from like the sides, like,
Well, no, there was an extended stage.
yeah,
So Youngblood and Nuno and the boys were like on the one stage, and then there was a tiny little catwalk out to a second stage. It was about the same width as the
yes,
one that the boys were on, but it was like out in the middle of the audience, and it was just Joe and Steven out there. And then towards the end, Youngblood walks out, and he's kind of like it's the three of them
yes,
finishing up when they get to the end of Mama, I'm Coming
yeah,
Home.
and it like, I was like blown away. Like, I mean, I know that I've seen Steven Tyler recently, performing somewhere. I mean, I've been at the Ozzy.
Yeah,
It might
we
have been at
talked
the
about it at
Ozzy
the
thing,
Ozzy
and
thing. Yeah,
he looked, great, did a great job.
he was part of the All Star band, one of Tom Morello's All Star bands.
Yes, okay, and then what I really liked about it was, like, I love that he put like a very Aerosmithy spin on Mama I'm Coming Home. Like, he really made it his own, which is what
For sure.
I
Although Perry's guitar sound was like left something to be lacking. I think they kind of blew it on the mixing for his guitar sound.
yeah,
A lot of times it was hard to hear.
yeah.
By the end, I feel like they got it dialed in. But I agree how they sort of Aerosmithified it.
Um, I loved Nuno, on the, doing the beginning part just to like intro it in, and then they kind of
Yes,
come in from the
yes.
wings. It was really well done. And I thought the stage, like in general, all of it looked really, really cool.
Especially when they were just like running the shots of the iconic shots of Ozzy behind it, because like
Yes.
Ozzy had such an expressive face that just like a black and white photo of Ozzy mugging for the camera blown up behind the stage, it'll do all the heavy lifting you need
Yeah,
it to
yeah,
do. You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like there's just so many pictures of him and he had so many like sort of distinctive looks
Yes.
over the years, and yet underneath it all, he was always just like that same kind of guy. He just had that look in his eye, and it's touching to see how respected
Oh yeah.
this guy is. Like
I loved the shorthand that Steven Tyler and Joe Perry have after all of these years. Like, they come out and it's just like they look exactly like you expect them to look.
right.
You know,
And
Steven Tyler
they've
like
done this
leaning on
10,000 times.
Steve, yeah, like them playing together, like the whole
It's
look
like they
of
could
it.
do it in their sleep, man.
Yes, yeah, it just looks so natural. And then, um, and then Youngblood comes out, and
I'll give
honestly,
Youngblood credit. I'll give him
I
credit.
feel like he stole
He's
the
a
show.
showman. He's a showman. He's got theatrics. He definitely has a distinctive look. I think it's silly. That's fine. Um, but like I'll give him props for putting on the fur lined like vest situation he had like there. I was like, you go for it, bro. We'll dig in the fur.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, and he can sing. He's fine. He's just like it's just I don't know. It's funny.
Ah, man,
It's
I
just
don't
like
know. I dig it, man. I dig.
it doesn't read badass to me. You know, it reads like funny. Like
I don't know. Well, it
he's not like the
probably
leader of a that guy's not the leader of a biker gang. You know what I mean?
it it probably doesn't help that I follow him on Instagram, and so like I kind of see. I don't know. I dig people that go out and are rock stars. Like this
And
kid
like
is.
own it.
This
Yeah,
kid is a rock star. Okay,
for
this kid
sure.
is the reason that Rob Reiner makes Spinal Tap. Like he
Yeah,
will
he goes for it.
inspire
He goes for it.
somebody, you
Yeah.
know, at some point. And yeah, I mean, don't get me
As
wrong.
well he should. Like I'd expect nothing less of him. You know.
But the other thing about him that I really, really, really like is that it doesn't seem that he ever comes in contact with people that I respect that don't, where he doesn't make a good impression on me with those people. And,
Interesting.
you know,
I've got to hear some of his actual shit to really make a value
he's got a
judgment. Though.
couple of, like, it's not all my cup of tea, but he definitely has a couple of really, really good songs.
I'll listen to his Spotify top five.
Yeah, that's probably
Um,
your best bet. But be
but it was
careful.
cool.
Be careful with that. Make sure it's his actual stuff because he definitely is like on some other songs with people too that are like other people's songs that, like when you do it on Apple, it'll bring other artists into their top
Yeah.
five. So
Yeah, I mean, I think if I pull up his artist page on Spotify and then I go to those, his like most
right,
played or whatever, that'll give me a pretty good idea. I'd like to look into that. So, a cool video though. Like, I'll take all the Ozzy Osbourne tributes I can get.
absolutely.
Did
Um,
you ever watch the video that I recommended a couple of weeks back about like the Elephant Graveyard talking about the Joe Rogan special?
yeah, I watched it. I watched like
You
two
watched
or
it?
three of them.
Dude, how good is that stuff?
Yeah,
That guy is just
he
an
is he's
assassin.
razor sharp. Yeah,
He's just a freaking assassin. Like he so thoroughly dismantles that entire world and never doesn't he that
the bit
the
with the
reason it's
stool.
Elephant Graveyard is the perfect name is because that guy forgets nothing.
Yeah.
He doesn't forget anything that you've ever said. He's watched everything you've ever done. He has memorized it and he's going to call your ass out.
Oh, hold on, real quick, all right, because we're running up against it. But it was crazy. It's so funny that you say elephants. My wife shows me a reel last night in I think it was either Singapore or Thailand or so. I think it's Thailand. Elephants, all right, have gotten to the point where they know that the sugarcane trucks go down certain roads, and and elephants will go out and stop the sugarcane delivery trucks.
They're hunting other animals.
Huh?
They're hunting these lumbering animals that have four wheels instead of legs because
Yes.
inside their bellies there's this sweet stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And they go and they steal the sugarcane off the top of the truck.
Unreal.
Yeah, they stop the truck. They literally walk out in the road, hit the horn, and stop the truck, take the sugarcane off the top with the trunk, and literally will stand there and eat it like standing in the road.
That's a beautiful thing. I just thought of two other things I want to nail here at the end. We still have
Sure.
like 5 minutes. Two recommendations. Number one, um, if your city or town or a nearby city or town has an art festival, I recommend going to it. Like we went to the Bethesda Art Festival yesterday morning. Just got popped over there for an hour or so, walked around. Um, so great.
Yeah.
It's just like
Local
so
local
inspiring
culture,
to
good
and
food.
a lot of these artists are like from all over the country, like traveling around. Like I don't know if Bethesda is like one of the better spots along the thing or whatever. More artists go after those spots because like the hit rate in this place for me at least was real high. Like the one in Pensacola, there would definitely be some really inspirational stuff in there, some really fascinating, cool, amazing stuff. But it would be in and amongst like a lot of booths where I was just like, nope, 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 nope. Ooh, that looks cool. Nope, 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 that looks cool.
Right.
And at the Bethesda one, almost every single one, even if it's like not your thing, you're like, oh, let me take a look at that. Oh, okay, that's cool. Like, almost every single booth was like that. I mean, such cool stuff. So
And they typically have good food vendors, and there's
yeah,
always
yeah. Or the Bethesda one doesn't really have food vendors too much, but it's surrounded by
yeah.
restaurants. You can go to any one of the 2.5 dozen restaurants in that area. And the weather was perfect and it was nice. So if you get a chance and you see something like that, it's a great free morning or afternoon of walking around. You can go and not spend money if you're just looking for a low cost kind of a day for you and or the family. And the other thing is flights. Drink flights when you go out. Opt for the flight. You're going to drink that much beer anyways. Get the flight. Try some stuff. Try some new stuff, some different stuff. You know,
Always.
go for a flight. I love getting a flight. It's all about a flight. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Lovely potting with you today. Thank you for your patience as I was dealing with extracurricular stuff and your help as well. Thank you for your help.
No problem.
That's all for this week. Thanks for joining us here on Beyond the Slipstream, and we will talk to you again soon. Ale.
Ale.
Beyond the Slipstream is a companion to the Team Bus and is produced by Harperama. Find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Please like, subscribe, leave a review, and tell your friends about us. Thanks for listening. Talk to you next time. Ale!